What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video. And today we're doing What the Galactic Patrol Raised Goku, episode 3. So without further ado, let's get into today's video. Tien and Chaozu begin to manhandle Jocko and Yamcha, leaving them in a beat up state. Anytime they think they could turn the tide in the battle, they manage to get cheap shots by aiming attacks at Nappa to kill him, which Yamcha has to tank. Face it, with just one arm, you're even more useless than you already were. Just lay down and let him die. Tien speaks, and momentarily everyone is silent. Very weakly, Yamcha raises up his other arm and begins to place his ki into a Sokidan. Instead of firing it, he infuses his other arm with the technique. He rushes at Tien yet again and begins to use his arm to throw up the signs to move the Sokidan, which moves his other arm, getting shots in on Tien in a way that can't necessarily get predicted with his third eye. Yamcha beats up Tien as best as he can, as Chaozu approaches Nappa to kill him, under orders from Tien. In a last-ditch effort, Yamcha raises up his injured arm and fires out the ball of energy that hits Chaozu, knocking him down. Before Tien and Yamcha kill each other even more, Krillin arrives on the scene and stops them. If Kakarot told them to spare Nappa, they probably should. He gives them all a senzu bean and they rush off to help the Saiyan. Not before Jocko places cuffs on Nappa, however. Meanwhile, Kakarot and Vegeta fight, with Kakarot struggling against Vegeta more than he should. Since he's only just learned how to properly use his ki, Kakarot isn't able to fight as quick as Vegeta or retaliate ki blasts back at him. It's lucky that Kakarot is experienced enough to use martial arts to hold his own against the Saiyan. Using his rocket boots, Kakarot is able to do much better than he was naturally flying, however it isn't as easy to maneuver as it is with ki. Kakarot goes to punch Vegeta, who dodges, falling right for Kakarot's trap. With his other hand, Kakarot manages to fire his blaster, sniping off Vegeta's tail, angering the prince. Vegeta and Kakarot both begin to beat each other up, until Vegeta's anger hits his limit. He ascends into the air with a purple orb in his hands as he charges up his Galactic gun. Without any proper ki beams to counter the attack, Kakarot tries his best to stop him, rushing towards the sky at top speeds. Vegeta unleashes the blast, which Kakarot tries to take the majority of, so the earth is spared. It drops his beaten body to the ground on death's door. Before Vegeta can do anything to him, the other five arrive, but the prince chuckles at, asks if they all think they can beat him. Krillin goes into a Kaioken x2 and gets to charge up a Kamehameha, alongside Yamcha and Tien, who charge up their own blasts. Vegeta scoffs and fires a blast at them, but Jocko leaps up at it and spins his hand around the orb, doing his best to redirect the ball upwards. Then he does his iconic pose. Yamcha, Tien, and Krillin all unleash a massive blast that Vegeta goes to dodge. He wasn't prepared for Chaozu to come in from out of nowhere, however, punching Vegeta clean in the face, which takes him off guard. It moves him just enough to take the big three beams, which knocks him to the ground in critical state. Jocko then cuts Vegeta and calls in the Galactic Patrol for backup. Vegeta and Nappa are taken to Galactic prison as everyone tries to tend to Kakarot. He tells Jocko that he'll recover on Earth for a little while before he returns to headquarters, which Jocko says okay too. Before Jocko leaves, both him and Kakarot hear something over their radio from the Galactic King. All units, stay away from the planet known as Namek. According to sources, Frieza and his elites are heading there. Don't engage. Through research, Frieza found out the origins of the Dragon Balls. This confuses Kakarot, as he asks Jocko why they aren't going to do anything. The response is that Frieza and his forces will cause them too many casualties they can't afford to engage, which annoys Kakarot. He wants to help, and he would if he wasn't injured like this now. Instead of making a scene, Kakarot waits for Jocko to leave, before calling over Yamcha. He asks him to please help the Namekians. They're a peaceful race. They don't deserve to simply be left as lambs for the slaughter. Although slightly reluctant, Yamcha agrees. Tien overhears this and decides to tag along as well, however Yamcha has a distaste towards him currently. The former assassin tells him that he won't kill everyone he sees. He'll be good, and Kakarot can't trust him, so he allows it. They need a pilot, and they consider asking Bulma, before Jocko returns. He knows how reckless Kakarot and the others are, and he won't let them die in vain. So Jocko, Tien, and Yamcha take Kakarot's ship towards Namek. Meanwhile, Kakarot would ask Bulma if they can make him a ship, which he'd agree to using the same pod to synthesize parts to make the Capsule Corp ship. Since Krillin trained under high gravity, he suggests there to be a gravity chamber, which he'd also create. Kakarot asks Krillin if he wants to come along as well, and Krillin would say yes the moment the ship is ready. When the other three arrive on Namek, they encounter some Frieza soldiers, who Jocko would apprehend by knocking them out and arresting, placing them against a nearby hill. He would of course destroy their scouters to make sure there's no communications. Jocko tells Yamcha and Tien that the person they are dealing with will be able to blink and vaporize them all. They, for once, should come up with a strategy as to how to take him down. Yamcha looks over to the two Frieza soldiers with a smirk on his face. I think we just got our way in. With Yamcha and Tien stripped down the soldiers, placing on their armors. So they were clearly worthless grunts, no one noticed their disappearance. Jocko gives them a communication device and tells them to message him once they had developments, while he goes to scoot out the planet, passing ways with the duo. Both humans fly to where they sense an abundance of ki, and spots Frieza's ship, but they begin to walk over, hoping no one will bat an eye, and luckily no one does. They go inside the ship and begin walking around where they spot a room holding Dragon Balls. It shocks them, they didn't know there were Dragon Balls on this planet. Tien tells Yamcha to keep an eye out where he steals the balls, which the bandit tries to protest. That's when he realizes if they get caught, he can just rat Tien out and get out scot-free. Using the multi-form, Tien begins picking up Dragon Balls and getting them out of there. As he does this, Yamcha stands outside the room waiting for Tien to leave. You there, worthless grunt, what are you doing? Looking over, Yamcha sees Frieza, and senses his massive ki, sending shivers down his spine. He sweat drops, like he was simply on break, but Frieza isn't buying it. He opens up the door to the room of the Dragon Balls, and is immediately hit with a Taiyoken. In the blinding chaos, the duo break holes into the walls of the ship, and fly away at top speeds. When Frieza realizes what happened with the Dragon Balls being gone, he pots it over the scouters, getting to his high-ranking elites. He also calls in the Ginyu force as normal, enraged. Back with Jocko, as he flies, he comes across a small Namekian hut and lands on the premises when Nail walks out. Seeing no ill intent from Jocko, he asks why he is here, and Jocko explains, using the Namekian native tongue, due to him to be able to speak every language in the universe, as that is one of his abilities in the special. As they talk, Dodoria arrives and sees Nail, who he assumes has a Dragon Ball. Nail asks if he killed his brothers, and to get a reaction from the slug, Dodoria begins to graphically explain how he did so. For a brief second, Nail powers up to his max and punches a hole clean through Dodoria's heart. Then with his other hand he decapitates him, killing him instantly. Nail takes Jocko to meet Guru, who reads his mind, learning of his good deeds. He unlocks Jocko's potential with the initial boost placing him at 11,700. Despite this new boost, it is clear that he won't be very useful in beating soldiers. So Guru asks Nail to escort him, who is reluctant. Once giving Nail the Dragon Ball, he tells him that they won't attack him if he doesn't have the ball. So the duo leave to go and save the planet. In a Namekian village, Zarbon manages to recover the Dragon Ball, and flies back to Frieza, placing the ball at his base of his pod. Frieza asks if Zarbon got his message, and Zarbon says yes, however he hasn't found anything so far. Frieza thanks his subordinate for his work before firing a death ring through his chest, for not recovering his other 5. A look of shock splashes onto Zarbon's face as he falls backwards and passes on to the next realm. Yamcha and Tien meet up with Jocko and Nail, and after quite a bit of traversing, they all travel back to Guru's, who awakens Tien's and Yamcha's power level, placing them at 27,000 and 28,000 respectively. The Ginyu Force arrive in orbit, and the 4 all move away from Guru's, taking the Dragon Balls to keep Guru safe. They are then confronted by the Ginyu Force, where Guldo stops time to take the orbs and gives them to his captain. Nail is about to stop him, but Raikun comes in and tells him that he won't disturb the captain. The remaining Ginyus play Janken to see who gets to kill them, with Raikun winning. He attacks them, with him being fairly even against Nail. Nail looks over to his allies and tells them to take the others out, which they nod at. Jocko approaches Guldo, and Tien and Yamcha approach Berta and Jaice. Jocko and Guldo begin battle, with Guldo constantly using his time stop and telekinesis to attack the elite soldier. Using his super elite skills to dodge the attacks, he ends up managing to hit Guldo on the back of the neck, knocking him out before cuffing him. Tien and Yamcha are losing somewhat badly against Jaice and Berta due to their weaker power levels, as well as the synergy not being very good. As they fight, Tien tells Yamcha to run and he'll buy them some time, begin to charge up a Kiko Ho. Yamcha stops Tien and tells him that he won't leave his ally behind, which gets Tien to grin slightly. They still get beat down, however in the process it leads to Tien and Yamcha beginning to become friends. With Nail, Yamcha and Tien all getting beaten, and Jocko showing off his cowardly side, the fight seems grim. That's until Raikun, Berta and Jaice all fall unconscious as Kakarot and Krillin stand nearby grinning. Due to their intense training over the 6 days, the power levels of the duo are Kakarot 200,000, Krillin 60,000. Also leads to Krillin learning to better use the Kaioken, making him able to handle a ×3 somewhat comfortably, and a ×4 in a time of desperation. Kakarot also learns how to better use Ki, and even learns the necessary steps as to how to do a Kamehameha. He can do a weak one so far, but if he put all his power into it, it could be somewhat deadly. But guys, that's all I'm going to be here. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment on it in the next episode. This is just getting better. And don't worry, I'm going to make it even more exciting. I think I found someone for Kakarot to pair with. So Gohan might still be born this time, which should be interesting. And yeah, bye!